guys, it's Mignon Murrell with From Water into Wine. Today, I wanted to talk to you about getting to know the Holy Spirit. Romans 8:11 says, "The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And if the Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Jesus from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who lives in you." The same Spirit that enabled Jesus to cast out demons and do healing, or that enabled Paul to do miracles, lives in you. So my question to you today is, if the same Spirit lives in you, why are you not living with greater liberty, greater freedom, greater healing? Could it be that you need to get to know the Holy Spirit on a better, more personal level? You know, the Holy Spirit is not just a spiritual afterthought that God gave us. He is the spirit man of God. He is the power source of God. And he is actually a being within the Trinity, a real being. You know, one of the most incredible things about living life in the kingdom is that the Holy Spirit, the power source of God, chooses to abide in us. In fact, the Holy Spirit is so important in the kingdom that Jesus said that every sin would be forgiven except the sin against the Holy Spirit. Now, there are many important roles and functions that the Holy Spirit fulfills in a Christian's life. For example, did you know it's the Holy Spirit who gives you your gifts? He's the one who decides who gets what gifts, prophecy, healing, miracles, and to what measure. You know, when I was first growing in my understanding of the Holy Spirit and functioning the gifts, he had me step out one day in a very unique way. I had a repairman come to my house. Now, this was back in the summer, and my air conditioner wasn't working. Now, I live in Texas. Now, if you live in Texas without AC, it's literally like Africa hot, okay? It's awful. So we're waiting here, and the guy shows up, and he starts working on the AC unit, and the Holy Spirit says to me, "Mignon, he is about to come into a new business venture, and I want you to go and tell him I want him to take that venture because I'm going to bless it." Now, before this time, I had been getting small words here and there, but this I was like, Holy Spirit, he needs to fix my air conditioner. You know, that's the first important thing. I can't drive him off, you know, if I'm wrong. But I moved in faith under the power of the Spirit. And so I went to him and said, "Hey, by chance, are you, about to start a new possible business venture? Because if you are, God says he's going to bless it, and you need to have faith and it will work. You can take it." So he looks at me and he says, "I can't believe you're telling me this. I'm about to go after this appointment to meet with some new business men who have a business venture, and I was wondering whether I should do it or not. Now I know that I can. Are you psychic?" I said, "No, I'm not psychic. I'm just a Christian. This is normal when you're a Christian." The Holy Spirit is the one who fills us with the gifts. He is the one who gives us spiritual fruit, who enables the nature and likeness of Jesus to be made manifest in us. He's also the Spirit of truth. Jesus called him the Spirit of truth. That means that we can turn to him whenever we are in need of direction, of guidance, and of truth. It's real important that we start to learn how to build a relationship with the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is not after a religion with us. He's after a relationship. And we can do that by simple things like just asking his opinion during our days. You know, "Holy Spirit, what should I do about this situation? Holy Spirit, what do I do with this person that I'm struggling with? You know, Holy Spirit, have your way today. Guide my steps. You know, draw me closer to Jesus." Because the Holy Spirit is a being within the Trinity, it is possible for us to do things that grieve the Holy Spirit. And one of the biggest ways we grieve him a lot of times is through our unbelief. So, getting to know the Holy Spirit, getting to know his position in your life as a believer, getting to allow him to bring joy and peace and transformation into your life is essential for believers as we grow in our walk with the Lord. I speak more about the Holy Spirit, his role in our life, the different ways he functions, the different things he can bring to our lives and our experience of God on my podcast, Getting to Know the Holy Spirit. It's available at the address at the end of this video. I encourage you to take time to check it out. It also includes a good, prayer activation of how to grow deeper with the Holy Spirit and how to get to know the Holy Spirit on a one-on-one basis. I promise you it will change your life and your walk with God. So I encourage you to check it out.